A lot of people throughout the history of time have focused on this one word, purpose. What is your purpose? What am I here for? What is it that I'm meant to be doing on this earth with my limited time that I have here? And the craziest part about that word is we all know it. We all know how important it is. We all know how impactful it is. We all know that it's a part of this life journey. But a lot of people have the same question when it comes to purpose. How do I know what my purpose is? How do I find my purpose? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 3 steps that will guide you on the path to finding that purpose. Disclaimer, I can't say for certain that you will watch this video and say, you know what, I know exactly what I want to do with the rest of my life. But what I can guarantee is that these 3 things will help you think about your life and think about what you want and think about what it is that you are here to do in a meaningful way that will help you take steps and help you truly evolve into the person that you've been trying to become. My name is Jeremy Hecht. This is a video about purpose. Let's get right into it. And this is for those who are lost and have no real direction or might think they have an idea about what their purpose is, but can't really put it into words, can't really, decide what the next step is or how to fully move in that direction. Some of you out there might be watching this and say, I know exactly what my purpose is. I am walking it. I am living it. I am breathing it. And that is amazing. Maybe you'll still take something from this video, or maybe you could send this to somebody who might be struggling with that same concept of purpose. But step number 1 is to go back into your childhood. Go look at what you were like as a kid, and more specifically, what was it that brought you joy as a kid? What were the things that you couldn't stop doing? Look at when you were a kid. What were the things that naturally brought you joy? What were you drawn to? Maybe it was drawing, maybe it was basketball. For me, I know as a kid, I loved being on this little microphone. My parents gave me a karaoke set. I had a little boombox. It was always music. It was always writing, drawing stories, talking. Those were things that I naturally loved. And there were other things along the way. I loved sports. I loved building things. I loved creating. I loved memorizing. I loved research. I loved looking at dinosaur books and trying to remember every single dinosaur off by heart. I knew apparently every single car brand when I was 4 years old, and I was telling people that she drives a Toyota. So I was always really interested in learning and constantly understanding even the planets and the universe. I was always fascinated by. Why do I bring up these examples? Well, for you, whatever those things were in your life that you were naturally drawn to, the things that you loved as a kid when you didn't have society telling you what you should love or what you should be doing or what you're supposed to do with your life, those are the things that are in your soul. That is part of your soul's purpose, because those things you were just drawn to. There was nobody telling you you had to do those things. And I'm not even talking about the things that were thrown upon you or the things that you were given by your parents, by school, by society. I'm talking about the things when you were alone. What did you like to do, and what were you drawn to, and what were you thinking about when you were a kid? If you don't remember, if you have people, guardians, parents, brothers, sisters, people who were around you as a kid, ask them. Be like, hey, what did I love to do as a kid? What was I like as a kid? What were my traits as a kid? What was I drawn to? The reason that this is so important is because those are the things that your soul gravitated to for a reason. And it's not even necessarily the specific act or the specific things that you were doing that's important. It's the why. It's the underlying reason that you were drawn to those things that are much more important. Now, think about it like this. I'm going to use myself as an example. You can go back into your childhood and kind of pick things apart in a similar fashion. So for me, I really liked learning. I really liked memorizing dinosaurs or cars or the planets or anything I could get my hands on. Again, this is just my circumstance that was handing me things. They happened to give me a book. They happened to see that I was curious and give me more and more and more things to learn. I didn't really care what I was learning about. Now, in my current life, where I do a lot of research, that same curiosity when I'm preparing to interview an artist, which I do in my work, comes out because I was always naturally drawn to that. That to me is part of my purpose, is picking apart large pieces of information and how can I get to the core of what that is. Now, I also would love to draw. I would love to paint pictures. I would love to actually write stories. Storytelling currently in my life is a part of my purpose, and it's taking large sums of information and taking complex messages and simplifying them so that people can understand them. So in your life, look at what you were like as a kid. Look at the things that you were drawn to and try to piece together what it was about that you loved. If you loved sports, maybe it wasn't the actual sport. Maybe it was community that you loved. Maybe it was being around other people. Maybe it was competition. If you loved playing with dolls, maybe it was creating imaginary worlds and landscapes with your mind. Maybe it was the way that you felt interpersonal relationships were understanding with these dolls. It could be as simple as that, but boil that down to the thing that really excited you the most as a child. And from there, you'll start to see things in your life and the direction that you should go. Number 2, always follow your instinct. Now, it's really easy to sit here and say, follow your passion, follow the things that you love. You've heard that a million times, which is why I'm not necessarily using the word passion. I'm using the word instinct, okay? Now, what does that even mean? What is your actual instinct? Well, when it comes to me, I try to think about it as my first mind, as the first thing that I think about when I wake up. If I didn't look at my phone, if I did not have any conversation with another person, if I didn't watch any videos online, what are the things that my gut tells me you should go do? You should think about this. You should explore this. For me, my natural gut is always telling me to speak. It is always telling me to talk to people, to express messages. It's always telling me to ask questions. It's always telling me to write things. It's always leading me towards music. Now, all of these things are a part of what I feel like my passion is, which is interviewing artists, having conversations, being on stage, creating videos. Even as I speak to you right now, I'm not speaking necessarily from a place of knowing everything. I'm not speaking from a place of having accomplished all of my dreams or my highest purpose. This is me walking towards this alongside anyone watching this. And this video is actually the first step in me walking my full purpose, because I feel like this video and these videos have been on my heart to make for a long time. And so I'm simply listening to what my instinct has been telling me to do for a very long time. And I know that somebody watching this is thinking, I know I've been meaning to do that because I've been wanting to do that, because I've been telling myself to do that, because my instinct and my gut has been telling me and leading me towards doing something for the longest time. And you know exactly what you need to do. You don't need me to tell you. You don't need your mom to tell you. You don't need your friends to tell you. You know exactly what the next step is when it comes to your purpose. And the second most important thing to do is follow that instinct. And the third thing when it comes to following your purpose that's extremely important is to be open to where your dreams lead you. This is extremely important because your purpose in your mind right now, whatever vision you might have for your purpose, whatever you think it might be, it could end up morphing into something completely different that you have no idea exists. But the only way that you'll get to that moment when it comes to a realization of, wow, I realize why everything makes sense now, is because you followed your instinct and you were open to where your dreams took you. I'll give you an example from me. When I was younger, I thought that my entire dream was becoming an artist. I was making music, I was rapping, I was singing, I was writing, and I thought that was it. That's the only thing I'm meant to do in this world. Now, that may be part of my purpose. I still love to make music. I still love to write. I still love to be on stages. But when I was a kid, I would envision myself being on stages in front of hundreds of people and know that that's where I was supposed to be. But when I was limiting myself was that I was supposed to be on stage in front of people making music. Now, again, like I said, that maybe that's part of my purpose. And the fact that I was making music for so long, seriously, led me to each step that I took next. But if I wasn't open to where my dreams took me, I wouldn't be on stages right now in LA in front of hundreds of people hosting events. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you are open to your dreams, let's just say you realize your instinct is telling you to create videos. Now, you could create videos and you might have that initial dream of, I want to be a YouTuber creating vlogs. Let's just say that was your dream, which is a great dream to have. If that's you, go do it. But be open to where that takes you. Maybe you create a vlog and you realize, wait, I actually don't like vlogging that much, but I love the interaction I had at a coffee shop with someone. I would love to go talk to strangers in coffee shops and ask them their life stories. If you weren't open to that, if you weren't saying wherever this passion leads me, wherever my instinct leads me, that's where I'm supposed to be, then you might pigeonhole yourself and you might pigeonhole and tunnel vision yourself off away from seeing your true purpose. Now, this isn't all going to make sense right away, and this video is simply a prompt for you to learn from, for you to explore within. If you watch this video, if you're still watching, I really hope you got something from it. I'm going to leave you with 3 prompts. For the prompt on you as a child and what you were like, I want you to write down, and this again, if you might think about these things off top, you might not need these, but for those of you who are still wanting to write down and dig a little deeper, I would urge you to ask yourself and write down, what did I love to do as a child and why did those things excite me? What did I love to do as a child and why did those things excite me? For the second one, I would try to do this without thinking. So do it right when you wake up, meditate maybe, or just, grab a pen and paper right before bed or right when you wake up when you're not really thinking about much else, and just think, what is my instinct telling me to do next? Just write that down. What is my instinct telling me to do next? Answer that question to the best of your ability, and something may come up, something may arise that you might not have even thought of before that. And third and finally, I would urge you to say, what is the biggest dream I could think of? And from there, I would write down 5 other possibilities that dream could go in other directions. And this isn't a plan B thing. I've never been a plan B guy. I feel like there's a joke there, but I'm not going to make it since we're having a serious moment here. Biggest dream, and then write 5 other possibilities that your dream could go in that direction. For example, if my dream was being on stages in front of millions of people, I might have written at the time, being an artist in front of millions of people, doing a TED Talk in front of millions of people, hosting an event in front of millions of people, selling out a book tour in front of millions of people, whatever it may be. And then I want you to say, write this down at the bottom, I am open to the wildest possibilities that my dreams will have for me. I'm open to the wildest places that my dreams will take me. I'm open to wherever I'm supposed to be, wherever my dream takes me. Those are some affirmations for you. This was a video about purpose. My name is Jeremy Hecht. If nobody else has told you that today, I appreciate you. Let me know if you like this video. Share it with somebody. Subscribe. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers, which is amazing, but I've been doing YouTube in one way or another. Like I said, I've been open to my dreams. I was making music. I was making comedy videos. I was making TikTok videos about rap beef. I've done a lot of things. So it's been about 10 years in the making. So maybe more. So I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. So I appreciate everybody watching. And if you like this, I'm going to make more videos like this, but this is the first step in me walking my purpose. So I appreciate you guys. Dream good, live better, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.